What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of BoomJamGaming with The Sinking City. I have eaten, so I am, what do you call it, I'm more content. So, how's everyone else doing? Good, I hope. Just give me one moment. Good, the first minute has passed. That's good, that's good. So yeah, I guess the easiest way will be for me to get a PlayStation Network gift card and then just send you the code. Yeah, that works. Simpler than what I had in mind. So. I didn't have any clues in my mind palace. Gotta try and get to the Devil's Reef Hotel. Fucking weird ass little fucking things. That was weird. America, America. A can just got blown at me? Seems a little much. No, my hat. I guess I made it to the hotel. Maybe. That was weird. Robert Throgmorton funded an expedition to discover the origin of the mass hysteria gripping Oakmont. The expedition was to explore the seabed near Oakmont. Contact with the expedition was soon lost. Albert Throgmorton was the only known survivor. He was subsequently murdered. I was hard to find any other expedition members, dead or alive. Throgmorton will be waiting for my report in his manor in southern Old Grove. So Robert Throgmorton seems to be more okay with his lineage than Arthur Germain was.
Crew of the Cyclops. Semper Fortis, brothers.
I don't know what exactly sank the USS Cyclops. I only remember the screams and the metal creaking, water filling the deck, and my headache, the worst I've ever had. Found myself among the floating seaweed, drowning. A nearby piece of boat helped me survive and reach the shore of a small island. Found me on it later, starving, half-mad, and babbling about ancient ruins and their denizens. The officials said none of what I I thought I'd seen was real, but my memories are true. My strange powers gained after that ordeal prove it. I found something horrible on that island, something old and dark and slithering, and it still haunts me. Ah, cool. I, the player, must learn about my own past. Dear Mr. Reed, I understand you're the private eye that caught the murderer at the port. My life is in danger and I cannot trust anyone in the city. Please come to my room, which is just opposite of yours. I am in despair. My studies have drawn the attention of vile forces. They stalk me and will take me soon. I have cast my lot and I'm beyond saving, but the 7 books must be saved at any cost. Even if I'm gone, find my notes there. This knowledge must not be lost, as it could be our kind's last hope for enlightenment. Please be the bearer of this light, for I have failed. Hello. Ooh, laudanum.
No matter how much of this I chug down, the visions always return.
Newcomer, unburdened newcomer, windcoat, vacationist, gangsta, king's robes, aha, knew it, daywear, man of science, fisherman, wardrobe, police envoy, plague doctor. Oh my god. Master sleuth, cultists, and Vishivanka. Well, guys, I think we know what what I'm gonna have to do. Unburdened newcomer. No, unburdened. I want to be unburdened. I don't want to be burdened anymore. Actually, you know what? Let's check out some of these other coats. That's not a bad coat either. Yeah, we'll go ahead with the newcomer look for now. Antipsychotics and a first aid kit. Great. I can heal my mind and my spirit.
Never again, they say.
All that we see or seem is just a dream within a dream. Number of attacks on Innsmouth immigrants has increased. Raids are intensifying, with more and more Innsmouthers exposed to abuse and assault. Sometimes whole families are found dead in their houses. Police are on the case, with several illegal Innsmouther businesses captured and their owners sent to jail. City ought to have been cleaned of these fish-faced scum long ago, said Robert Throgmorton, head of the Throgmorton Grand family. I regret only one thing. It all started too late. Had we not neglected our civic duties, my son Albert would still be here with us. Huh. That's pretty xenophobic. But again, people with the Innsmouth look are literally the great-grandchildren of goddamn Cthulhu. So, seems you overexerted yourself while conducting the investigation, Mr. Throgmorton. Forgive me for the audacity, but I brought you to the Devil's Reef while you were unconscious. Please take more care of yourself in the future. I won't be there for you every time. Johannes. It is a little weird. Like, is that... I don't know, I actually think that that might be the birth date. Is October 9th, 1894. Because I couldn't have been born in 3/21/17, because I'm pretty sure we're only in the 1920s, because he said something about prohibition. If I was born in 1917, then I would be like 7 years old. I wouldn't be more than... I wouldn't even be 13 years old yet, no matter when this takes place. Maybe that's when I got out of the military. Maybe that's when I was presumed dead. Or maybe that's when I joined the military. Yeah, maybe I joined 32117 and I was born 10/9, 1894. That's what I'd guess, anyway. But yeah, my initial thought was, how do I know that I'm going to die in 1994? But then it was like, wait, that doesn't make any sense. Because 17 couldn't possibly be my birthday. I had a dream so real it still makes my hands shake. A huge Ferris wheel rose amidst the city. People got on and rode it higher and higher before jumping off at its peak. As the pile of corpses grew bigger, the crowd pushed me to the wheel. Then I saw a man with a leather bag. He was standing in the center of the wheel, reading from a book. His awful dirge was making the wheel rotate and dragging the crowd into their slaughter. Could this vision be real? I know there's a Ferris wheel at the park in Western Old Grove near Century Avenue and Beacon Street, but where could the book be? Nyarlathotep? He often does weird shit. The local legends may be more than mere superstition. A dozen witches were hanged on a huge apple tree that still grows near the cedar mill. Among these documents is a confession. One of the witches said the devil himself granted them a book with words of power. This book hides itself from mortal eyes, waiting for the witches to be reborn and return to claim it. The witch who wrote this confession lived in the eastern Reed Heights, somewhere north of the intersection of Communion Road and Museum Avenue. Could the book still be hidden there? Could be. Fishermen talk of a place near the Blackwood Manor on the southern part of Whisper Street, where meetings occur in the dead of night. The locals don't like this part of the eastern Grimhaven Bay because they seem to fear those who gather near the half-built ships. They say a certain book is read at these meetings, a cursed tome that makes people so crave the sea's touch they go and drown in the ocean. The one reading the book stands on a cursed boat and sings in the fog. Those who saw it touch the shore have either gone mad or disappeared. I boarded up the windows and locked the door. They're just men, the Yellow King's gang. They can't get here now. Now there's only me and these nightmares. A little longer and I'll figure them out. Local women were talking about a ruined house in central Croverside near the radio tower on the crossing of Landing Avenue and Kingsport Street. Said the ghost of the house owner and his family still read the unholy book they kept. Several newcomers who tried to settle in those ruins have gone mad. Talking with the locals is never easy, but this old chap was one of the queerest yet. He was happy to talk about the book, but only laughed when I proposed to buy it. I left it in the midst of the most guarded place of the city, and paid enough to keep it there until the world ends. If it's abandoned after the flood, even better. Ignorance is the best guardian. I'm guessing he meant the abandoned bank building in the northern Advent, Forefather Street between Haglog Street and Windolph Avenue. Alas, it'd be too dangerous to go there by myself. These are oddly specific directions that he has left for himself. It took a lot of effort to track down this book. After being stolen from the Throgmorton Museum, it was bought by a local surgeon who was found dead in his house after the flood. Snuck in and checked out his place, but in vain. Still, there's somewhere else the town might be. The private hospital in Western Reed Heights, where the surgeon worked, has been abandoned. The archives say it is in Bourbon Road, between Innsmouth Road and Oak Street. I guess, but he looks like he's talking to himself. Building the church was his redemption. Day after day he worked without payment, carrying stones and putting them in the moist soil of Salvation Harbor. A night when he returned to his house behind the church, he could not sleep. The book his ancestors brought across the ocean called. When the church was built, the priest found him hanged on the bell ropes, but the book was still waiting for someone to come and read it. His house is in central Salvation Harbor and Old Church Road between Seven Oaks Street and Windheim Street. Still has a bed frame, and no one wants to live there even after the flood. Yeah, he did. It just, some of these notes seem like they were reminders for himself. That's why it's weird to me. I don't think it's going to be a Romeo and Juliet thing. See, the thing about the fishmen is, again, they're descended
Makes
from...
this place feel more like home. I miss Boston already.
The fishmen are the descendants of Cthulhu, whereas the ape men
The door won't budge.
are, well, descendants of someone who fucked an ape. So, I guess what I'm saying is, it's essentially an extraterrestrial lineage versus a hyper-terrestrial lineage. Mind the floors. I'll make you pay for any scratches you leave. Your landlord.
Finally, you're awake. Gotta tell you though, mister.
Dagon is
stay on
related
here
to
and Stop
Cthulhu.
making all that noise.
Sorry, but who are you again?
You bang your head or something? I'm Victor Olmsted. I own the place. This place. The Devil's Reef Hotel.
Hey, look, an Innsmouther.
Noise? What noise are you talking about?
I expect my guests to be respectable. Moans, chanting, all that kind of thing. It stops, all right?
Got any proof it was me? It could have been one of my neighbors. I slept like a rock. I didn't hear a thing.
That's exactly what a newcomer would say. Your neighbors are respectable people and would never do such a thing. Don't think your yellow-clad patron means you get away with everything.
You're not exactly friendly with your guests. Are we the ones keeping you in business?
All these newcomers after the flood, they're stark raving mad.
What do you mean?
You can't imagine the crazy notes and books I find after they move out. Only thing they're good for is lighting the kitchen stove.
Can I have a look?
I knew it. I tell you, no one sane would be interested. And you want to take a look? Well, fine, fine. Take what you wish.
Note about the hobo signs. Darren, I think I'm finally starting to figure this out. Locals use signs to mark special places. That you know already, kind of like the secret signs hobos use all over the country. What I learned is that the tradition dates back to times well before the flood. I've been able to find out the meaning of some of them. Seen a crooked H-shape sign on doors around town. That means the house is inhabited. Crosshatch grid marks the hidden sign or hidden caches of useful items. V-shaped is for barricaded, dangerous places. Good catch there, they say. Still haven't figured out the spiral-shaped one, though. Have to investigate yourself. And if you see a sign with a cross and 3 Ks, reach for the gun. K. Hobo signs. My dear Victor, how is Oakmont treating you? Should you require any support, the Blackwoods will be happy to help you. I've arranged for that. Regarding your question, I don't know where Robert went, sadly. Only that he did not stay in Innsmouth. Perhaps there is hope he didn't perish in that cursed raid. Take good care of the hotel, please. Plenty of our relatives were interested in the property, but you're still my favorite nephew. I know the Devil's Reef is in good hands. Kind regards, Aunt Portia. No, K is K is that was just an initial. Kay is a person. Or a deity of some kind. Just rob this dude. What sorcery is this? Some sort of fan, moving under its own power. Are you a witch, sir?
I'm watching you, newcomer.
Oh shit. It's one of those gigantic fucking crabs. Thought it was a giant spider. I was gonna be like, do you not see this shit? But it's just one of those huge crabs. Wait, what coincidence? So the lighthouse is out. Several ships have gotten lost at sea. Some are now decorating the city's beaches. That's one thing. But there's an enterprising fellow at the city port hiring salvages to recover ships, turning a tidy profit from selling them. Can't be a coincidence. Need to look into it. Now, if only the city weren't so impossible to navigate. Just breaking into people's houses. Or domiciles. That seems normal. The K probably stands for Carl. Besides, think about it for just a second. If K is the name for some local deity, why would the local deity have left a note suggesting that they didn't know what the note didn't know what the fuck was going on? Okay, so he is a disciple of the Yellow King. As you can see by all of the fucking yellow signs around his goddamn... Noticed this one before, somehow didn't see the others. Hello. That doesn't make any sense, since it seems to be an old tradition, and the note was just lying on a table in a bar. Yeah, but it was just lying there on a table. It's clearly from someone new in town. We'll probably meet them, but I guarantee that they're not the same K. That wouldn't make any sense. Today I fell asleep on the street. I'm sure it's connected to my vision somehow because I felt the same nausea and headache as before they strike. Happened in Coverside near the corner of Tanner Street and the Old Church Road. I felt dizzy and my mouth was full of bittersweet taste. I saw a woman with kind eyes giving me a drink and whispering something. Immediately after that I fell asleep, spent nearly half the day lying in the dirt like a hobo. Miracle no one stole anything from me. Local Innsmouthers scare me a lot. I've never seen a place with so many ill people. Their faces pursue me even in visions. Fair enough. You're wrong, so I won't owe you a soda. But, yeah. Hello, Matt. Their faces pursue me even in visions. Recently I was in the northern part of Grimhaven Bay, walking down Whisper Street. Barely made it to Hubert Avenue when the visions came. I stood among many Innsmouthers, disguised as one of them, and listened. The lead read the story of a captain participating in pagan rites, copulating with savage witches and beasts, bringing sacrifices. I still remember his name, Obed. I'm afraid of the bathroom and the kitchen sink. Each time I want to wash my hands, I tremble in fear. What if they'll talk to me? This began after a vision in the eastern Reed Heights near the crossing of Avon, Ward, and Baker Streets. Saw a man naked and covered in blood in a room without doors or windows, surrounded by the dark holes of the pipes. He was cutting himself piece by piece, feeding these copper mouths. They were whispering with voices so sweet and promising, but full of hunger and hatred. How could he believe them? How could he even escape? And had they noticed me? Ugh. I can't help but turn around at any noise after what I saw yesterday. Oh, God. I walked down the Murdoch Avenue in Western Advent near the Oak Street. I was hit with an excruciating migraine. My nose started to bleed and the visions came. Saw one man wearing a letter, another about to strike him down from behind. Somehow I was both spectator and the sitting man, but no matter how I cried out warnings or tried to move, it didn't work. Seems I lost consciousness when the killer hit the man's head and took me several hours to get back to the hotel after. After this vision, I sure you can fear the sound of a child's cry. It happened in Western Reed Heights on Washington Street. I passed Avon Street and was heading towards Oak Street, but saw it. The thing was running so fast, I didn't even understand what it was. It jumped from the window and the vision struck me immediately. I saw a man, a doctor, hiding in the room. He was writing something with a shaking hand, something like a last will. Then I saw the thing stalking him, a fetus on thin, pointy legs, with a little face full of evil and hatred. It's shrieking, I can't forget it. I was walking through the Lombard Street in Eastern Reed Heights when it happened again. It's not just a vision, but a noise, hissing radio static, growing louder and louder. Voices from afar were lost in it, crying desperately. I tried not to show how bad it was. I was afraid to reveal it to the locals. The images came after I passed Bullock Street towards Haydog Street. The hissing flooded my mind. I saw a man surrounded by radios talking to them. He was dying, I felt it, and when it happened, the vision was gone. Tonight the air forced me to leave the hotel. The putrid smell of rotting seaweed and fish made it hard to breathe. I remember a huge apple tree and thought it must be nice there. Moreover, I was afraid that the hotel owner would see my seizures. The visions occurred to me when I was a few blocks from the apple tree, walking East Brown Street into Central Shells. I feel like I was drowning. I ran forward, then I passed out, past the street of St. Michael's Church. Felt the water surrounding me, pressing, calling. I needed all my will to fight the desire to go into the mare and sink into its depths. No matter how different my visions may be, they're always so frightening. Today it was a man. He left a house in southern Old Grove on Warwick Street, somewhere between Seaside and Hillside Streets. Our eyes met and I immediately felt the... Sorry. My eyes were itchy. Oh no! I'm always yawning. I saw him among exaltation, a wild torrent of emotions. I saw him among the monstrosities, touching them, embracing, kissing. The vision was so intense. I bent in two and threw up all my breakfast. He walked past saying something like cursed newcomers, and I prayed he wouldn't stop to help. Even now when I close my eyes, I see the creatures around this man. This city, no matter how badly the flood damaged it, has an unnatural appeal. I can't stop myself from walking, even if it means being struck by further visions. I went to the eastern part of the Salvation Harbor, near the crossing of Fitz O'Callahan Street and Old Church Road. It came, this feeling of loneliness and fear was immense. I was a woman, locked in a room, infected and slowly rotting. My body turned into something and itched badly in my face. I had to hold the skin with both hands to prevent it from growing until I suffocated. I ended up sitting on the road, crying until some Innsmouther kicked me and ordered me away. The visions are testing me again, playing with my mind. My old forgotten fears came to life. When I was small, I was afraid to stay alone. I thought my parents would leave and never come back. Today I went to the eastern streets of Coverside and the visions came on the corner of St. Elmo Lane and Kingsport Street. I felt I was alone, forgotten in a locked room, hungry and frightened. It was so scary to stay inside, but everything was much worse behind the door. Something scratched in the corridor, and there were terrifying screams from outside. I could not run, could not hide. I just waited for Mom to return. I'm afraid someone stalks me. It started when I visited Western Advent and had a vision at the intersection of Purity Road and Oak Street. I saw mirrors full of reflections and someone trapped trying in vain to escape. His expression of fear and panic shook me deeply. After that, a very tall and skinny man started following me in the distance. What troubles me is that I see him in reflections, but have never caught a straight view of the stalker. I'm sure the police will mock me if I come asking for protection. It seems it is time to buy a good, trustworthy gun and start to practice. Well, I sure did read all those letters, I guess. Is there a hole in this window?
I'm watching you, newcomer.
Who are you now, laddie? Hoo-hoo. Or don't that just beat all? I'm not gonna shoot him just because he's a freak. I'm gonna think about it, though. Oh good, there's fast travel in this game. You hear that, vampire? An atmospheric game with fast travel. I don't think I actually can. I don't know about that. Jesus Christ, this map is big. Well, yeah, I haven't unlocked enough map yet, but during Vampire, I'd say a good third of my playthrough was just me being lost on the fucking streets of London. Not being able to figure out where the fuck to go. Okay. Yeah, well, London's confusing. England, if you want to do a brand deal, I'm not saying it's too late, but fucking
Atone for your
come on.
deeds before it's too late. Look for your sins and repent. Cave Almighty will punish the wretched by sending terrors unnamed creeping from the abyss below. Atone for your deeds.
Okay, we'll worry about these side cases a little later, because this is confusing me.
Before it's too late.
Well, I know that feeling.
Look for your sins and repent. Cave Almighty will punish the wretched by sending terrors.
Also, I'd like to go back to that note real quick. So, the person's name is K, but he's also warning against a cross with a sign of 3 Ks, which is probably the sign of actual K. Okay, yeah, but that involves me having to actually read a map. Asher Road and Hubert Avenue. I will complain. I'm an American. I'm sure I'll get used to this game. Have I told you guys how I can't wait for Cyberpunk 2077 to come out? This game may also end up taking up the rest of my Spooktober. I feel like we're in for a long ride. I didn't realize that the Innsmouth look came in what was it, red, black? What would you say this guy is? I feel like he's black. Well, at least the fish people aren't racist. I mean, they are, but... Like, they 100% are. But they're only racist towards people who don't have fish blood, so...
Guess I don't need the key. Guess I don't need the key.
Divers with the bends can suffer from numerous problems, including pain, impaired movement, nausea, vomiting, and disorientation. Acute symptoms can occur within 10 minutes of surfacing and include paralysis, numbness, blindness, deafness, dizziness, seizures, confusion, or words coming out all weird. Paralysis and numbness can involve several different parts of the body at the same time. Let's check out my mind palace. I have no clues.
Someone smashed it beyond repair.
I'm sure it's not beyond repair, it's just beyond your skills to repair. Ah, gunpowder. Traps. Oh, that doesn't sound good. I imagine it might be hydrogen. I don't think that helium generally enters into diving, whereas hydrogen is everywhere. It's the most common element in the universe, as far as we know. Huh. There's a hole in the floor. According to our data, the places with paranormal activity have a strong previous identified influence on the human mind. We prepared a list of solutions, including meditative practices, and a supply of sedatives to prevent cases of madness among expedition members. Highly recommend discarding all those charms, amulets, and religious symbols which are of no use, and applying these scientifically valid methods of protection instead. Or if you carry an elder sign...
Can't say I ever saw another shell like it.
But what do I know, right? I wish I could more easily play Fallout 3 for you guys. Rebuild my Joker character from days gone by.
These samples glitter in a weird way. I wonder where they came from.
Yeah. That part I knew,
Map of
like how the
Cape
bends
Cod.
happen.
It looks like there was something here.
That
but
is
it's
to
been
say,
erased.
the not coming back up part. I don't know the underlying causes or anything. I just know the actions one needs to take to get the bends, which is come up too fast. Oakmont University Department of Anthropology welcomes the newest addition to its ranks, Professor Harriet Doe. Her brilliant discoveries about the origin of the Inuit tribes have added a new page to the history book of humanity. Now Professor Doe will embark on a new expedition to hopefully shed light on the source of the flood, and doing so, shed light on what may yet be to come. An anthropologist? Wizardy wow. Now maybe if y'all had some elder signs, you'd have been okay. L. Sullivan and B. Morgan, local fishermen, report numerous large bubbles and an unbearable stench rising from the bottom of the sea. Bought a sample of weird substance floating in the ocean from J. Harway. He claims to have found it among numerous dead and strangely deformed fish. Fish were taken for analysis. Several locals mention a rock that rose from the seabed. That's true. Several locals mention a rock that rose from the seabed, making the fog shine different colors. The witnesses felt sick or dizzy for 2 to 3 days after the incident. LP Stern got severe burns after chiseling off part of the rock in his basement. Samples taken for analysis. Are we also doing color out of space? Seems like we're getting a little bit of everything in this game.
Can't say I ever saw another shell like it.
Oh, fuck. Fuck. I swear to God, I only sneeze when I'm streaming. Okay. Oh, shit. This spirit world, mon. We got this spirit birds. What the fuck? I don't want to see any of this. Did I just make a wall disappear? Okay, this is... Yeah, but I don't know what I'm allergic to. I only know my food allergy. That was freaky. That was weird. Following must be to live Grimhaven Bay no later than Friday. Boring. Good thing this... Holy shit. That was very sudden.
Guess this helmet's beyond repair.
What, I can't search the dead body? Take his gun, maybe? That's a neat statue. He's very casual about the fact that we just killed a man. Like, very casual. He's like, I don't really give a shit. Yeah, there was a man here who tried to kill me. Pretty normal in a day in life. Well, yeah, no, that's not my thing. It's just like someone was here to kill us, and he's just like, what? Hello.
Grab the papers. Smash the rest.
We don't have time to picket. Stand back.
True.
I fatah me fe I regach I dagon.
Burn it all. Make sure you get the adverts.
Time to figure this out.
This guy create a wall. Oh yeah, no, Dagon's one of my favorite stories.
Stand back.
Like, absolutely.
Grab the papers. Smash the rest.
I fatah me fe I regach.
Burn it all. Make sure you get the adverts.
Several men broke into the expedition headquarters. What they didn't smash, they burned. The archives, even the newspapers.
I don't need that shit. Yes, my mind palace. Cargo manifest. Yeah, I think that dude, like, willed a wall into existence. Because there was a wall there. And then there stopped being one. It's funny they had to kick a door down, but he could will a wall into existence. delicious trash can. Ooh, a brick. Imagine all the things I could do with a brick. Thing 1, hit person. Thing 2, hit person harder. Okay, have a good day at work. Bye.
The old papers are by the door. Take them and stop bothering me already.
I think you've got me confused with someone else.
Aren't you a newcomer?
Help me out here. What's the connection between newcomers and old newspapers?
It's cold sleeping in the street, and they come to collect the old newspapers for warmth.
Yeah, I guess I am a newcomer. Charles Reed, private investigator. And I also need your old newspapers, the archive.
Well, I mean, you could eventually run out of ammo for it, as it were.
So you're the one who cracked the Albert
You know,
Throckmorton murder
by
case.
breaking it on someone.
Nice work. I'm Helen Bland. Say, can you do me a favor? Give me an exclusive interview. You won't regret it.
You don't seem that
the
bland.
Oakmont Chronicle is the best newspaper.
You're a
for
black
miles
lady
around.
journalist in the 1920s.
Right. I'll be sure to make some time for you, Miss Bland.
That seems pretty,
Do
pretty
you still
exciting.
want that interview? I got some time now, if you're ready.
Oh, absolutely. We know that you're the private eye who solved the case, but tell our readers something more about yourself.
I'm also a war hero.
I'm a former Navy diver. Served on the USS Cyclops, and well, after the war, I found myself in Boston. I've been a private eye ever since.
Oh, a brave sailor. Well, I imagine you'll get accustomed to local life easily. We have plenty of water around here. Maybe we'll have the chance to work together later. Who knows? And now the big question. Why are you here? What brought you to Oakmont?
I've been investigating disappearances all around Massachusetts. The missing people all seem to have ended up here for some reason.
The mystery of the newcomers. And you want to know why they're here? Well, they aren't very forthcoming about it. And it doesn't help that most of them aren't thinking straight, to put it mildly. I think that's enough for now. I can't give the readers too much all at once. Thank you for your interview, Mr. Reed.
My pleasure. Maybe I'll do something interesting enough to make the papers again. You never know. See you later.
Like entering into an interracial relationship with a black journalist. Okay. Advertisements for after the flood, Grimhaven Bay. Okay. I have to be more specific. That's a tough one. I can't fault them for having a robust investigation system, though. 30-ton ship Titania is currently available for hire. You'll find it fully equipped for transport, as well as the aiding of underwater ventures and exploration for the price of 70 rifle bullets, or the equivalent thereof per week. Those interested are urged to contact Captain Jeremiah Sanders. For contracting details, he can be found Pier 3, Oakmont Port, Grimhaven Bay. For that kind of place. Pier 3 in Oakmont Port. You know, I see that. It was finding the port that was the hard part, because I remembered seeing numbers earlier on the map, I just don't remember where. I don't have this map, I'm not very familiar with this map yet.
Extra, extra. All the news that's fit to print. Buy a paper, mister?
Okay, I could shoot him. Nice. Good to know that I could wantonly murder. Oh yeah, the Cyclops 2. That's funny. Ooh. I need to find a ramp, see if I can get some air, some bonus time. I really do like that his ship was named the Cyclops too. Whoa, hey guys. No, he's got a point. You guys fought over that apple and you just tossed it. Like a dick. Fucking Innsmouth hobo. With his terrifying backpack. You know, it was funny. It was one of the voices that I heard from those Innsmouth guys was definitely one of the voices that I had heard in Call of Cthulhu, the early 2000s game. I guess the thing I'm having trouble adjusting to about this game is that it doesn't give me the markers for the quest. I have to fucking extrapolate them from the clues. Significantly more involved than I'm used to seeing in an open world game. It's funny, he reacted to me pointing the gun. I didn't know what would happen for sure. Well, here we are at Pier 3, or near it. I guess it's Warehouse 3.
What's your problem?
It's your problem, you fish-faced freak. Well, that idea, while brilliant, didn't work. Damn it, all of my ideas are great, and none of them are working. Like, I'm a goddamn genius. But I can't figure this out. Should just walk around town like this. Be like, hey everybody, how you doing?
No, please, no. Don't shoot me.
Probably will not help my reputation.
Fresh fish. Just caught, mister.
Someone's having a bad day.
Thank Kay. At last. Hey, help. Help.
What's going on?
Sea creatures. Swarmed over the piers. I hid here, but these walls won't stand up to them. Please help
He's got
me.
very blue eyes. Very rare in a black man.
What What creatures? What are you talking about?
Wild beasts. They came to feast on the blood. They eaten the dead.
I'm looking for Captain Sanders. Is he here in the port? Did the creatures get him?
I saw Sanders. Help me. I'll tell you what I know. Yeah.
Things are like made of limbs.
Shot dead. Point blank. They emptied every chamber. Still stinks of burnt powder.
Okay, so our boy doesn't like being too close to those.
I've dealt with the creatures. Now, tell me about Sanders.
He got back several hours ago. Those things, they came because of him.
What happened on the Titania?
It was horrible. A damn massacre. I heard the shots. I went out. I saw the whole thing. Sailors bleeding, dying. Blood hit the water, and then, well, then the wild beasts came to feast.
This Sanders. What kind of man is he?
Newcomer. Seemed like a decent guy. Okay, Captain. Treated his crew well.
I gotta find Sanders. Where is he?
Saw him get away. Just after the shooting. Ran for the pier. Didn't see where he went after that.
Did you see anyone else from the expedition?
No. Only Sanders. I'd bet my life no one else made it back.
He'd bet his life, huh? Well, that's a bet I'm willing to make him take. I'm just joking. I'm a hard-boiled private eye. I don't take no gumption from anybody. I'm definitely a normal man. I'm not evil, I'm not a monster. So that's what I have to do to heal self. All reliable. It's going to help me on this investigation. My name is, whatever my name is. I don't actually know this character's fucking name. I should probably know my own name, right? I knew Pierce's name. I knew Reed's name.
Gotta be out of your head to do this to a man.
Oh, fuck. I don't need hallucinations like this.
The monsters sure didn't leave behind much.
What's my fucking name? Check my documents. I'm a different Reed. Okay. Charles Reed. I'm Charles Reed. I'm a hard-boiled detective. I haven't slept in 12 years, ever since my
They were
ship
in high
went down.
spirits, and plenty of them were drinking.
These people were drinking and slapping fish on the table. Typical sailor attitude, typical sailor behavior. All I've got to do is solve the mystery of what happened. And maybe I can take a nap. My name's Charles Reed. I have a buddy, his name is Edgar Pierce. He went missing on an island, and I'm kind of bored. I don't even give a shit about him. He was also a war veteran, but he's not as cool as me. I'm Charles Reed. I'm a sailor. I've been sailing before, sailing since. I don't have claustrophobia like that loser Reed.
Cape Cod. There were marks here, but they've been erased.
Jesus Christ. It's a fucking effigy of a deep one.
This would be a weird artifact in any collection.
I, Captain Jeremiah Sanders, hereby agree to take on board my vessel Titania any persons designated by Robert Throgmorton in the cargo detailed in the attached manifest, as well as to provide them with any and all necessary assistance up to and including depth measurements, as well as diving support for underwater exploration and marine life observation. Aforementioned services will take place in confidential locations in Cod Bay. Afterwards, Titania will provide passport Oakmont port. Compensation was 70 bullets. My name is Charles Reed. These are some supernaturally good-looking women. That looks like someone who is on Darkwater Island. Charles Reed. I found this ladder and some laundry pressing material. I found this mirror that represents the darkness of my soul rather than me physically. The mirror is cursed, you see. Shine a flashlight onto my soul, but it's no less dark. My name is Charles Reed. It's raining, just like it is in my mind. But there's still plenty of sunlight. What is this, El Paso? With its dayshine rain. Sun showers. My name is Charles. I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to look for. Probably there are just more clues on the pier itself.
Gotta be out of your head to do this to a man.
What? Kill him with 2 axes? It makes perfect sense. I'm not insane. Charles Reed is insane. I'm just a sane man in a crazy world.
To the mayor with you! Die! Die!
I came to this city to find answers. And all I found was more questions.
All we've seen. And you telling me we ain't allowed rum?
And those questions beget more answers, and even more questions. I'm Charles Reed, Private Eye. And I haven't slept in the last 12 years.
You can't take me! Eat this!
Let's get a handle on what actually happened here.
No more drink. All we've seen. And you telling me we ain't allowed rum? To the mayor with you! Die! Die! You can't take me! Eat this!
For whatever reason, the crew went berserk. Only one man got away.
I mean, look at the shit that's on screen. You're telling me that I'm the one that seems crazy? God, your weather is going fucking berserk.
The mayor's cursed these days.
Guess I have to find the nearest hospital. Wait. How do I fast travel? Oof. That's awful. I mean, surely your legs will keep themselves warm just by the act of walking. way I see it. I guess what I'm saying is I've never actually noticed my legs be cold. I've had my feet be cold. But, like, I've got plenty of shoes to keep my fucking feet warm. Can't see a fucking thing, actually. Turn my flashlight on. Now we'll get on the boat. Oh god. Okay, I can't have my flashlight on and my boat at the same time. Are your pants thin? So kind of thin, yeah. You could wear different pants and once you get there, just change in a restroom stall or something. Not ideal or anything. Boys are back in town. If I can hit a ramp, perhaps I can get some air. There's no ramps. What kind of jet ski game is this? Yeah, welcome back to pretty much the end of the episode, while I continue to figure out how this fucking game operates. It's the only game I've ever seen that doesn't auto-mark your next point. Wow. A leprechaun. You proud of yourself for that one? My name is Charles Reed. When I woke up 12 years ago from the last time I ever slept, I never imagined I'd be here, riding a boat through a city. It's not even Venice. I'm a PI based in Boston. But now I'm here in Oakmont, investigating missing people's cases. Yeah, take a power nap. And also trying to find the source of my own hallucinations.
I won't recover this time. I'm hearing voices.
I think the guy just shot himself. Like it was missing the gun texture and whatever else, but it looks like he just fucking killed himself. Because he was clearly in a gun holding motion. Yeah, I know there was no bang. I'm gonna chalk up... Yeah, he just died because he shot himself. I'm gonna chalk up literally every weird graphical glitch to Charles hallucinating.
Find something you like. Cheaper than the rest.
I mean, maybe. Who knows? Not me.
Patient or visitor? Hold on. Let Dr. Grant guess.
This guy is way too pale.
Though you are a bit pale, you don't have a headache, do you?
You just called me pale?
My head? No complaints, I'm good.
Well, you're the exception these days. We're simply overflowing with patients.
I'm looking for a man. Just checked in. Cut up pretty bad.
I've got a trauma unit full of patients like that, sir.
Okay, this might ring a bell. My guy has a deep axe wound in his shoulder.
Sir, I really don't have time for rifling through paperwork. But you're welcome to take a look at our archives if it means that much to you.
It looks like hard work in these conditions. You need a hand?
Well, yes, actually. But it may result in close contact with the wiles. Is that going to be a problem?
I'm prepared to face men and beasts alike. Count me in.
Ah, I can see it in your eyes. Well, I have taken it upon myself to study the wild beasts, but need more data to confirm two of my hypotheses. One concerns the multi-handed creatures, and the other the vomiting humanoids.
What have you found out about the multi-handed beasts?
One of my patients saw them in his nightmares before the flood. I can't visit him, but he must know something. Here's his address.
Those hideous wretches seem almost human. But what could turn one into such a monstrosity?
Jim Bells, a patient of mine, was admitted to hospital with symptoms resembling cholera, but he turned into one of those things. Incredible. Here's the address.
I haven't even seen one of those. But okay.
Bye.
Seriously, how's that doctor so fucking pale? But only in the face. It's creepy. Alright, well, we're gonna go ahead and call this episode here. I'll be back a little bit later to be Charles Reed, an extraordinary private eye. So, Arthur, you go and take a fucking power nap, dude. You need it. And I myself am gonna... I don't know, I'm just gonna chill. I might also take a small nap or something. See if I can get rid of these yawns. No, fucking sleep. Anyway, this has been Charles Reed. I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.